Hey guys, Jacob Scott, Lowrance product expert. Today we've been out here doing a little fishing. Caught a couple small ones. They're actually, they're fun, you know. Anything's better than not catching at all. But we figured while we're out here, we're gonna shoot some tips for you guys. And today, we're gonna show you how to set up and configure your Lowrance Outboard Pilot. Okay guys, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to hit our Pages button, go to Settings, and then we're going to scroll down here to Network. Then we want to look at our device list. When we look down at this device list, we can see our NAC-1 is in here. So that's the important thing we need to know first. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at our data sources. With this, we go to Engine, then we go to Center, and then we're going to scroll down here to where it says Pilot Present. We're going to touch that. You can see there's no check mark in the NAC-1 Autopilot, so we make sure that we have a check mark there. That way our system knows what we're using as our controller. So now that we've done that, we can go back to our home screen, or we can just go to Settings, then we go to Autopilot. We're going to select our active pilot because I have a trolling motor and an outboard pilot on here. We want to make sure that we're on the outboard pilot. As you can see, it says no autopilot computer. So we want to make sure we go in here and we configure this now. Okay, so as you can see, we're set up on the autopilot now for the outboard pilot. We want to select the autopilot data sources. So the first thing I'm going to do is look at my compass. I see that I've got a precision 9 on here. If I were just using the 0.1 AP, that's what I would select. So now that we know that that's on there, we're using the HDS 12 for navigation. For position, we're using the 0.1 AP. And then for rudder feedback, you want to make sure that you're on virtual rudder feedback when you're using the hydraulic system. So all of that is good. So now the next thing we want to do is we want to commission our autopilot. We do that by going right here to commissioning. Then we select the VFR calibration. Now it tells me to use this wheel to center the rudder. When it says rudder, it's talking about your engine. So I'm going to look back here at my outboard motor. I'm going to make sure that it's pretty much lined up center. And then I say next. So now what it does is it says turning. It's asking me, is the outboard turning to starboard? It hasn't yet, so I tell it no. So every time I tell it no, it's applying a little more power to turn the motor. So I keep telling it no while I'm watching my motor until I'm sure that I'm getting the starboard turn that I want. Okay, so I saw some good movement out of my motor there, so I'm now select yes. And it's asking to apply higher voltage. So I'm going to say yes to this. And what that's doing is it's telling it the amount of energy you just used to turn the pilot, that's what I want to use. So now it tells me to turn it to the max starboard. So I turn it there, and I hit next. So now it tells me to turn it all the way to port. I can either push this button here, or I can use the plus key on the side of my unit. I'm going to just touch and hold this, and I'm going to watch my motor, and I'm going to watch it turn to the port side. I'm going to keep watching until I see it turn to port. And as soon as I see it get to that locking position, I don't want to put a whole lot of pressure against it. As soon as it touches that furthest port side, I let go of it, and now it returns my motor to center. So basically what it's doing is it's telling itself, okay, this is all the way to port and this is all the way to starboard. Now it tells me my calibration is complete and I hit close. So now my autopilot is ready to use and drive this boat. So that's the basics on how you set up and configure your hydraulic outboard pilot on your Lowrance units. Now, don't forget, if you like this video, give us a thumbs up, click the link right up here to subscribe to our Lowrance YouTube channel so you can get this and other technical tips. Now, if you don't mind, I'm going to get back to fishing.